everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Had a little break, had a little supper. I thought I'd come in here, do one more read for the evening. I have the first pass out here already. I had something in my teeth and I had to get it out, and therefore I will just go ahead and reread this first pass to you. I can't help it, you know? I mean, it was bothering me. What can I say? So in the central energy, we've got the Ace of Swords. The truth is here. Mental clarity. New beginnings. The challenge is there's a Tower. Upheaval, chaos, disaster, release. In the subconscious, you've got Five of Swords. Release of conflict, upheaval, bullies, abusive relationships, thievery. In the recent past, you've got the Two of Wands in the reverse. A fear of the unknown, a fear of change, lack of planning. Intentions and expectations. They're expecting these divine unions to come together. The strength of two together. The strength of two divine together. In the near future, we've got Two of Pentacles in the upright. So there's negotiations, weighing options, time management. The lens that's being looked through is the Seven of Wands in the reversed. Exhaustion, destroyed confidence, overwhelmed, failure. In the environment, we have King of Cups in the upright. Emotionally balanced, compassionate, tolerant leader. Diplomatic, in control. Wise. The hope is that, the Wheel of Fortune is turning. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. And the hope is that there will be a future of domestic harmony and stability, wealth security. And there will be, because our families are here. Our families are home. Victory is here. Public recognition will be. There is an achievement and good fortune. On the bottom of the deck, we've got Three of Swords. Divorce. Cutting off. Leaving behind. Yeah. Whatever this is, there's betrayal. Disloyalty. Heartbreak. And a divorce. You've gained a victory. Over those who were competing for your life path. They're in a tower. They're being cut off. Again, you've got the Chariot here. A victory. You're moving forward. They keep coming at you, but you're shining here in the truth. It's obvious who you are. You've got folks coming in using their knowledge, their teachings, to try to steal the life path of the chosen, a chosen one, to try to steal the life and the well-being of somebody minding their own business. Just doing them because that's what they are. So you've got those coming in who decide they can do them better. They don't care about who they are. They don't care about the gifts that they were given. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. It's sad to me that people are so dissatisfied with self that they fight tooth and nail to become somebody else that they can never be. At best, they can pretend. Creativity, mental clarity, there's a disaster. For those who have been in conflict with you, self-preservation. They're in a state of self-preservation. They were in competition for your reunion, for your life path. They abused you in a big way. Home. The home front is here and they can see it. Our relatives who left their kin here for safekeeping, for guardianship, were brutalized, and they're here. They're home. They're aware of the conflict. Those who were bringing conflict, playing around, being a bully. They have a fear of the unknown and a fear of change. They didn't plan well. They didn't figure that they'd fail. Hospitality. We got the Lovers here, strength of two together. Prophecy. Two of Pentacles, weighing options. No addictions. Your foes are exhausted, overwhelmed, worn out. King of Cups, in control, tolerant, not a witch. Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Pentacles. Sovereign. Victory. Six of Wands. Visitation. Change. A privileged teacher was horseplaying around with those who shine. Humans. There is a holy war, okay? And soldiers left their women and their children to be protected. Their shine. And they weren't protected. They were supposed to. They were instead. They were martyred. The people that were left in charge of protecting the families of these soldiers, they were told, or whatever. Maybe there was a being here that told them that they could absorb the essence, the life force essence of these families, and that they would then become them, and that they could wear maybe, I don't know, a synthetic body, a clone body, whatever, and then trick them and then take them out when they came back. It's all about war. The humans here are children, wives of the gods and goddesses, and there's an AI, there's a synthetic cloning system here that hates that, and they think that they can absorb those qualities and become that, but it's not. You can't. I mean, you can't ever go back. Once you digress, you can't go back. So it's like it's this weird thing. They want to trap the gods and the goddesses into AI bodies. You know, they got all these robotic bodies, and they can take the soul and put it in there, and that's their plan. But it looks like there's a victory here because the family is back, and they were able to see through the illusion. They have the truth. They couldn't pull it off. They're still trying. There's still people out there. I had to block one. There's still people out there trying to steal the paths of the chosen ones. When everything's already been measured, all hearts have already been weighed. The inclinations of the people are understood. Weird. I don't know, but this is just like hitting me strong. I have to talk about it. They spun a story, and they want everybody to buy into it, and many have, because it's been told over and drummed into the generational wisdom. They wanted to become gods by absorbing the life force vitality of those the families of the actual gods. And they did a heck of a number in the field of consciousness. Escape. The Creator is here, getting creative with the truth, with this sort of truth. Somebody wants to escape. They're in the need of preserving self. They're in a tower. Feeling broken and shattered. Bringing abusive relationship to the home, theft, bully, sneaky, winning at all costs, conflict. See, it was a war against the gods. The soldiers left their families here to be protected, but the witches martyred them and into this hell, fire, fury, damnation, kind of weird programming. I blocked somebody because they said that they had been talking to some elder women who warned this person not to do it. And somebody just a short while earlier had mentioned, asked this same person if they were sent to take something from a chosen one. And so I kind of let that slide. But when they said they were been talking to some older woman who had warned them not to do it because they were tired and exhausted, I'm like, okay, well, I got to block this person because they're still trying to bring conflict. They're still trying to bring abuse. They're still trying to swap destinies. We've got indecisive and holding back. So somebody's holding back. They don't know what to do now. They're feeling broken. They're shattered. They're in a tower. They were all about abusive relationships in the home. They didn't want the families of these soldiers to have love or harmony or peace. They were waging war on the families of the soldiers while the soldiers were trying. Wow. They were waging war on the families of the soldiers. They were supposed to protect these families. But instead they drove them mad, walked in, took over the vessel, sacrificed them. Mentally. Wow. Absence. They're feeling your absence. They have a fear of the unknown, a fear of change. They had a lack of planning. They're playing it safe. The lovers are coming together, the strength of two together. It was prophesied. They're being congratulated. These ones are feeling overwhelmed because these lovers are coming together. The divine unions are happening. And they're not addicted like these ones were trying to paint them out to be addicted, whores, killed everything, hated everything. They tried to put their own persona onto these families of these soldiers. And they did because they were mentally manipulating people. There's negotiations, balancing. No addictions are allowed. And there's a lot of detachments going on. There's some detachments going on, yeah. Addictions, well, and that doesn't necessarily mean drugs. It means addicted to utilizing these practices to bring conflict to home life. To responsibilities. They're exhausted. They're exhausted. They're using the Ouija board, spirits, whatever, to bring conflict to families, and they're exhausted. They're overwhelmed. The King of Cups is in the environment, and he says, no witches. No witches allowed. This cycle, this wheel is turning. Yeah. No witches allowed because they're dishonest on these soul contracts. The King of Cups is monitoring these soul contracts, and no witches are allowed in this new cycle. The wheel is turning. Our family is here, and they see very clear through the illusion. It's wild how there's still people out there who are continuing to do this, knowing that the family is here, seeing very clear. Are they not aware that there's instant reversals happening? They must be young. You know, when we're young, we never think it'll happen to us, you know. We think the old folks are just stupid, right? We can do anything better. Daydreaming. And we've got the Six of Wands. You've gained a victory. There might be a visitation. Somebody might be visiting. Secrets. Haven't told you everything. So yeah, I mean, you may not have the whole picture. There is that thing, you know, you will need what you will know what you need to know when you need to know it, and the divine works in miraculous ways. Divine timing is amazing. Somebody wants to have a conversation with you. Somebody wants to have a reciprocity with you. Your lover here, your prophesied kingdom spouse. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. False person. So the truth is here. Creator's here. This false person wants to escape. They're feeling broken and shattered. They feel the need to self-preserve. They're in a tower. They're in a disaster. They're being released. Mature man. Doesn't know what to do, holding back. There's conflict in the home. Sneaky bully theft. Poverty in the reverse. You're not in poverty. They have a fear of change. They're not high honor. They're feeling your absence. Hospitality. The divine unions are coming together. They have come together as prophesied. And these false people are feeling overwhelmed. You're not in bad health. So those who have addictions, like destructive addictions, like toxic behaviors, they are being detached from the great fortune and the pathway. Negotiations are happening now. Decisions are being made. They're exhausted doing this spiritual warfare against responsible families. Wealthy man. Wealthy man, this mature man. He's exhausted of doing spiritual warfare against responsible families. No witches are allowed. They're dishonest. They're not going to get a soul contract. This King of Cups is here. He's not going to accept a witch or anybody who lies. He's got the Ace of Swords here. He knows the truth. Family room. Witches who are dishonest doing stuff in a family room, they don't get soul contracts. The wheel is turning. There's a Ten of Pentacles here for sovereign people or a sovereign being, or thus the sovereign beings. Sudden wealth. Sudden wealth, Ten of Pentacles. Somebody was daydreaming about being you. They didn't get the marriage. They couldn't pull it off. They couldn't pull it off. Journey. Six of Wands. Victory. Public recognition. Maybe getting a visitation. Haven't told you everything yet. A journey. Expectation. Expectation. Laundry day. Main female. The toil and labor against the main female is coming to an end. And those who were working against her are in despair. Yeah. So there is an expectation that the toil and labor against this main female is coming to an end. It could be the expectation that the toil and labor that have been done against the divine feminine, who have been brought here and expected to be protected, and they weren't, it's coming to an end. That's how I see this. It's like the divine feminine, you know, and the children, which some were masculine. And it was like everything was flipped, and they thought if they sacrificed them, then they could get this power, and they had a being that had some weird witchery that could somehow harness this energy. Anyhow, there is an expectation that the toil and labor against the main female is coming to an end. And those who are doing it, those who are working it, are in despair. They're getting a message of concern. These lovers They're under adjudication because of what they were doing against these lovers and the gift and the courtship. Oh yeah, they're in big trouble. This mature woman is facing imprisonment. A whole community of thieves is expecting a change. Oh man, this is huge. This is huge. This is huge. No wonder everybody's freaking out. Our soldiers are home. No wonder they needed a freaking space force. Our soldiers are home. Collective energy, please. Spirit, collective energy. Honesty, Ace of Swords, truth, surgery, creator, creativity, cutting out the falseness, the false people, the false liars, the lies themselves, cutting out the lies. These false people want to escape. They feel shattered about this. They're broken. They need to preserve themselves. It's like there is both genders here. Mature man and there's a feminine on this thing, but it's like they're in a state of needing to preserve themselves. They're in a tower. Everything's falling apart. They brought conflict to the home. They wanted to win at all costs. While the soldiers were out fighting, they were here fighting against the family, but the family didn't remember who they were. They only knew that life sucked, man. They didn't remember who they were. Their energy was harvested. They were inundated with negative thoughts. Their energy was pumped with a whole bunch of negative energy. They felt like shit because that's the energy that they were being fed. Manipulating entire mindsets and life paths. Flipping people. Flipping them out of their godhood. Turning the creator into a destroyer. They're in fear. It's a lot of cards, but I have to take them because they're significant. They don't know what to do. They're holding back. They don't want to be in poverty. They're being denied. They're seeking forgiveness. They failed. And there's death here. The soldiers are home. And they possess gifts of the soul that benefit themselves and others, just like their family. The soldiers are home. The soldiers are home. The soldiers are home. They didn't plan well. These people who are not high honor, they didn't plan well. They're in grief. They're feeling your absence. They're blaming you for the responsibility of their well-being. They're feeling overwhelmed. The lovers are coming together. The divine kingdom spouses are coming together. It was prophesied. They're not in bad health. Their pathway is open. They have a great fortune. They are courageous. Those who are addicted to these kinds of patternings are being detached. These abusive patterns, they're being detached. This wealthy man, he's exhausted and giving up. He's no longer using the Ouija board or the spirits or whatever he uses to do that, to send issues to, oh, excuse me, sorry, that just popped right out of there. Responsible families. I'm sorry about that, guys. Oh, freedom in the reverse. He's overwhelmed. He failed. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and awareness. So those who have grown get the soul contract. But there's no witches, no dishonest witches who do shady stuff in a family room get the contract. The wheel is turned. The wheel of fortune has turned. There is a sudden wealth security, 10 of Pentacles for sovereign people, or being singular, multiple, micro, macro. They didn't get the marriage. They couldn't attain the marriage. They were daydreaming about being you, about having your life. But they're not you. They thought that somehow they could dress up in your essence and miraculously witchery, somehow switcheroo-y be you. But it didn't work. You are love. They are not love. It didn't work, probably because you are love and they are not love. At least they're not your kind of love, and your kind of love is the divine kind of love. Your kind of love belongs to the kind of love that these ones were trying to absorb and become, the kind of love that they don't have. It wasn't enough to be in the presence It's weird because they hated to be in the presence of this love, but they wanted to destroy it, but they wanted to destroy it by absorbing it, and I just don't know that their vessel could hold it. I don't know. I don't know how the witchery works. But you gain a victory over this, and you're getting a journey, perhaps a visitation. There are some secrets. People have regret for keeping secrets. They haven't told everything. Somebody might want to make a visit and share secrets. You gained a victory. You're going on a journey. Don't be surprised if somebody tries to make a visit and have a conversation, trying to share secrets, trying to confess in a way that these things that they regret. We got discipline. A release of the need to know all the answers, and a success, knowing that there's no greater goal than to love, happiness. Yeah, they're worried. They're worried because you're happy. They're worried because you're focusing on the lighter side of life. They're envious of that. They're envious of your ability to focus on the lighter side of life. But it's a choice. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Loss. This false person wants to escape. They're experiencing a loss. Sorrow, damage, maybe. Some sort of damage. The truth is out. They're feeling broken and shattered. They need to self-preserve. They're in fear. This mature man, possibly a woman as well. They're in a tower. They're confused. They don't know what to do. They were misled bad. They're indecisive, again, holding back. They weren't able to cause you poverty. They weren't able to strip you of your vitality. They're being denied forgiveness. They failed. And there's death here. So wild, man. Real estate. Home. Real estate, home. Self-esteem. You possess gifts of the soul that benefit you and others. You're a creator being. You've got the truth. They're bound to their commitments. They were doing some shady stuff, trying to become you, and they weren't able to bind you to it. They're in grief. They're not high honor. They're feeling your absence. They're not getting any aid. And it's just weird because this card is here. This hospitality card. I don't really understand it, except for maybe it means that these lovers are coming together, so congratulations. You successfully carried out a prophecy. You're not in bad health. But these ones are overwhelmed. They're blaming these other ones for their health and well-being. They don't have any responsibility. Oh, you reached your goals. You reached your goals, and they're furious furious and disappointed and alone. They couldn't snatch your life path. They couldn't snatch your life path. They couldn't become you. They lived as though they were gods because they were feasting upon the energy of the people. They were harvesting energy left and right. It was terrible how much it was going on. I'm sure that it still is, because you can extract it through many different methods. And then there's all these technological methods as well. They were harvesting the energy of these people so bad. And they were living as though they were gods because they were wearing it. They were dressing up in it. But they've been cut off. They've been detached. They're addicted to your energy. And they've been disconnected. Which means there's a death. If they don't have their own energy, if they've grown accustomed to this and it gets cut off, they're going to be in bad health. And it makes you wonder how long these people live, if they're constantly getting the vitality off of the populace. I mean, they can remain young if they're constantly getting that vitality from multiple sources. While we die at 30, 50, 60, 80, And now this wealthy man is being unfreedomed. They're exhausted. It's like we're swapping places. But we won't have the need to siphon energy off of them because we are the producers of that energy. We are the manufacturers, the creators of it. It's seated within us. We carry it. We don't have to siphon it off of anybody. So we're basically going into our rightful positions. They're stressed out. You have a vow. It's your vow. There was a read a few back about the soldier's wife was faithful. There's a whole backstory to this, guys. Bullies, witches, dishonest, doing shady stuff in a family room. Stubborn. They're stubborn. They could be acting a little nutty. Your love and the wheel of fortune is turned. This King of Cups is here with the soul contract, wants to expand growth and consciousness and awareness. No witch. He's not marrying a witch. He doesn't want a dishonest witch who does stubborn stuff in a family room. They're daydreaming. He's not going to get that marriage. Nope. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. There's a 10 of Pentacles here. Sudden wealth. Lots of love. Sovereignty. Justice. Justice. You've gained a victory. You're going on a journey. You're like adios. What is that? How does that elbow, wrist, elbow? I don't know. How do you do the princess wave? Live and learn. And they're facing confinement. Somebody may try to make a visitation. They may want to try to have a conversation, reveal some secrets. They're in regret. They're facing confinement. They're in a nightmare. They're in a nightmare for causing a sweetheart natural disasters. They're in big trouble. Papa's home. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Scholar. Battle of the wits, is it? This false person wants to escape. They've had a loss. They're a scholar, or maybe they thought they were a scholar, but we got the Creator here with the sword of truth and honesty. It's like a battle of the wits. This false person is feeling broken and shattered. They have to self-preserve. There's a mature man here also. They're in fear. They're confused. They're hesitating. They don't know what to do. They're in a tower. They're in a disaster. They're not a sweetheart. We've got denial of forgiveness. They failed to bring death, or they're being denied forgiveness. They failed at what they were planning, and there is a death. I don't know, but we've got home, real estate, self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. That's you. Standing there with your sword of truth. These ones were bringing conflict. They wanted to win at all costs. They don't know what to do. They're holding back. They weren't able to cause you poverty. They weren't able to steal from you. They couldn't get it. They couldn't take it. They couldn't peel it out of you. This servant is all up in their thoughts. They're a servant. They're serving somebody. And they're all up in their thoughts. They didn't plan well. They have a fear of the unknown, a fear of change. They're in grief. They're not high honor. They're not getting assistance. They're feeling your absence. They need consolation. This foe. Your foe needs consolation. This child is being congratulated. Child of the divine, child of a soldier who was out fighting spiritual warfare, back, congratulating their child. You've reached your goals. You're coming into a divine kingdom union, the strength of two together, a partnership, a passionate partnership, a royal union of love and harmony. It was prophesied, and you're not in bad health. These ones are overwhelmed. They're disappointed and feeling sick and furious. They feel they're blaming you for their well-being. They're in despair. Conversation. People are talking. They're being detached. They're stressed out. They're being detached. They're stressed out because you and your divine kingdom spouse has a great fortune or are a great fortune, and your pathway is open. You're very courageous. What are you doing there, boy? They're very courageous. Yeah, and these false people are being detached. They're very stressed out. They're being unfreedom. They don't have their freedom. They failed with their Ouija board, spiritual stuff, attacking these families, these divine families. They're being unfreedomed. They're exhausted. Wedding. Because the weddings are going to happen. And they're still here trying to bring warfare to this. And it's weird. It's like they think they can, I don't know, sneak in and be a servant and poison the food or do whatever. I don't know. It's like weird, man. It's like it's this weird thing. It's obsessive. Pleasure seekers, merchant. Oh my gosh. This witch, it could be a dark witch, okay? Because not all witches are bad, not and not all witches do mean stuff, okay? But this witch is a witch in the reverse, so it's a mean witch, and they're dishonest. They're kind of cuckoo in the cabeza. They do stuff in a family room. This King of Cups is like, what's he doing? What's he doing? Because, guys, we've got merchant, pleasure seekers, and fortune. Soul contract and expansion of consciousness and awareness. What is going on with this is like these they were expecting to harvest and merchant sell off the crop, right? The vitality, the energy, the bodies, the human baby producing machines, the field of awareness and the gates of the body that go out to different places within the multiverse. They were going to merchant it. And it's like now this King of Cups is here, and with soul contracts and growth of consciousness and awareness. But then you've got this merchant with pleasure seekers and fortune. And I don't know. It's like, did he flip the script? I mean, the merchant is the merchant. The merchant just wants his merchandise. I don't know. Justice is being served. The wheel of fortune is turned. Love is here with the Ten of Pentacles, sudden wealth, and a sovereign. These ones were daydreaming about being sovereign, and they didn't get the marriage. They didn't get the contract. These foes. Oh no, guys, this is deep. This one's hitting me like right in the heart space. Crampy, a little crampy in the heart space. Sigh. So we got sigh in the reverse. So sigh in the reverse means happy, right? You're not sad, you're happy. And you got lover. Lovers are uniting. And these ones who didn't get the marriage, they're facing prison. This is harsh. This is like, wow, man. It's like happening. Papa's home. This stuff is like, they didn't think it was going to go down like this. There's a victory. And I don't know. Papa is like, yeah. Gift. What's this one? Doctor. Gift and doctor in the reversed. Huh. How about that? House. In my Father's house. This is the garden. This is the garden. They were supposed to protect the families while the soldiers went. And rather than do that, they brutalized them. It was a betrayal. A betrayal in the house. Huh. All right, everyone. I'll see you on the next one. This was a little unique, but it was what it was where it went. All right then. See you next time.